Pre-calculus fall 2019 ACP preview. This is problem 28. What is the sum of the infinite geometric series? And we have this series negative 9/8 plus 3/4 minus 1/2 plus 1/3 and so on. And what that means is to have an infinite have a geometric series period, we have to have a common ratio R. I'm just going to write down common ratio. So that's going to be needed. But let's go to the formulas that we're going to use for this. And for that, we go to our ACP formula chart. And we go to this one right here, sum of infinite geometric series. So we have these things that I'm going to write. Now you realize that absolute value of R has to be less than 1 for this to work. Otherwise, we don't have, we'll have a divergent geometric series. Let's go ahead and we need A sub 1 and R. Well, let's write this here. N equals 1 up to infinity. And let me make sure I get the A sub n equals make sure we get it right here. A sub 1 over 1 minus R. And we're going to use this formula first. Well, we know that A sub 1 is equal to negative 9/8. And to find R is equal to A sub n over A sub n minus 1. So all we have to do is take two terms, and in this case I'm going to use these ones here. A sub n will define as 1/3. A sub n minus 1 is going to be negative 1/2. And if we divide these, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by a reciprocal. So instead of dividing by negative 1/2, we multiply by negative 2 over 1, and we're going to get negative 2/3. And so using our formula here, A sub 1 is negative 9/8, and then we have in the denominator 1 minus negative 2/3. I hope you can see that the absolute value of this, absolute value of negative 2/3 is 2/3, and 2/3 is less than 1, which is what's needed. So we have a equation we can use here. So we have negative 9/8, and we're dividing by 1 minus negative 2/3 is the same as 1 plus 2/3. And so that's going to be negative 9/8 divided by 1, which is 3/3, plus 2/3 is 5/3. And this is going to be equal to negative 9/8. And dividing by 5/3 is the same as multiplying by 3/5. And so we get in the numerator, negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. In the denominator, we get 8 times 5, which is 40. So we're going to get negative 27/40, which is this right here. Now, I want to try something else in the calculator, and that is to actually use our, what this looks like is summation. We're going to take A sub 1, which is going to be negative 9/8 times r, which is negative 2/3, to the power of n. And we're going to start out with n equals 0, and we want to go to infinity, but our calculator is not going to be able to deal with infinity. So what you do is to take a number that's really the thing. If you take a number, say like 100, you want a number that's big but not too big, because you don't want the calculator to not be able to go beyond the memory. And then we see what we get here. So I'm going to put this as a value in the calculator, and for that go to math, and it's going to be 0 summation. So we're going to go from I guess we can say j equals 0, and then we're going to go to a number that's pretty high, 100, and I'm going to take negative 9/8, or is that what it was? Make sure we have it right. Yeah, negative 9/8. And we have, make sure I wrote this correctly here. Yeah, to the power of n, so times negative, just want to make sure I wrote it right, times, open parentheses, negative 2/3, and close parentheses, to the power of j. I said n, and j is what I used here. So press alpha j. So it's going to take the 0, run it through, and add it 1, 2, and so on. And see, we have calculating right here. So we get negative 0.675, and we want to change that to a fraction. Go to math, fraction, enter negative 27/40, which we knew already. So that's a problem you're likely to see. Good luck, and thanks for viewing.